So I'm going to show you guys how to make spinners out of cans for the wind. Need a couple cans. Just going to chop off the top. I usually go right around the seam. The material is thicker there though, so you have to be careful. So I usually mark it with a pen or something and then follow right along that. And then we'll start cutting our vertical slats in here. I'll show you how to do that. What you're going to do is take a piece of tape and put a line on it every half inch. What you're going to find is when you wrap the can, you end up with two that are really close, like about 3/16 or quarter. You're just going to split the difference here and only cut right down the middle between the two, kind of where the seam is. That way you have an even half-inch cut. We're going to cut from this edge all the way down to the bottom of the can here. We'll do that on both cans. Good time to take your drill bit. Whoa. Whatever you're going to use. You can use the tip of your X-Acto blade and just twist it. Put holes in the bottoms of your cans. Try and get them centered. Do this before you cut the sides, because if you don't, you'll have nothing to hold on to. There's no structural, integrity to the can. It'll just collapse and you'll get cut up. And so do that next. Start referencing these marks. Just line up your scissors. Make a little cut. Start your cut. Just rotate it around every half inch. Every half inch. Then here, this is where we're going to split the difference. So do that, transfer the tape to the other can, do the exact same thing. What you should have when you're done is two cans that have the same number of cuts on them. It's going to look like this. They got a pinhole in them for your monofilament to go through. That's the best thing I think to use. You can use small wire, but when you have anything that's metallic on metallic and it's spinning, unless you have a lubricant like grease or something, it's going to squeak. So you're going to hear it squeaking probably outside, and it can get rather annoying. So I would use monofilament. That's what I'm going to use. So I will show you guys how to start folding this up. Things you need to remember when you're doing this to make it work. You have to take one can and you have to kind of start with one fin at the bottom and take this and bend it at about a 45-degree angle like that. And you're just going to go around the whole can and do that. Doesn't have to be accurate. Just keep your motions consistent and repetitive, and you'll end up with a pretty decent looking spiral. I just did this one. It took me about 20 seconds. You can see it's very even. I just moved it around, spun it in my hand, and twisted them real quick. So you're going to do the exact same thing in the other half, but you're going to do an opposing angle to these guys and go the opposite direction. I'll show you that. Our angles are this way, and this way they're going to go this way. You're going to go opposite. So you're going to bring this down, twist it like that, go to the next one, next one, next one, and just continue on. So I guess in the end what you're going to have is two that are pretty much the same, with the exception of the angles are opposed, so they're complementary. And what that allows you to do is when they angle towards each other, they lean back towards the same direction, and you get them all, they will all mate up with one another. And I'll show you how to overlap them and make a nice little crease that will lock them together. What you're going to do is just grab two fins. Got about an 1/8 inch or so of overlap. Just going to take these two and fold them together. And to lock them, we're going to pinch it and bend it back. And then poke the heck out of yourself. And then lock it together like that. So you're going to do that just a whole bunch of times. And you'll see when it comes together. I'll give you a better idea here in a minute. So there you go. The ends are crimped. You start with a couple, you crimp the couple to start, and then you kind of just fold them over and move around. Leave them loose though, because they're going to want to flex a little bit, and the pressure will even out. The issue I'm having is that the top and bottom, or the bottoms, where you can see they're not squared up to one another. You kind of have to twist it and move it around. You pull it a little bit, and a lot of times it'll straighten out. So next we're going to put a piece of monofilament through with a little bit of a bushing on the bottom, and you'll see how it hangs on there. So, show you that. She is. She's not perfect, but when they're spinning in the wind, they look real cool. So in this case, I just used, it's just a brass spacer from some fishing stuff. You can use a swivel on the top, which helps if you have any type of resistance at the bottom. So this will help it spin real freely when it's in the wind. So I don't need to blow on it. It actually works really well, but there you go. There's your demo. All right, we'll have fun. Free projects. Stack a couple of them like I did on the patio. They're kind of fun to look at, so yeah. Have a great day.